Broadway. In terms of watching, what do you mean, local productions?
Or just watching, like, I mean, I know they provided a tape from from MTI
Yeah.
that they show the show in its entirety, so you can preview it, so you know what the content is beyond the script.
No, I think we were familiar with the content and that sort of thing. I mean, if you go, for example, if you go to YouTube and watch, I think a lot of people some people that we talked to in the beginning were very familiar with the movie, which is very different from the play. So, I mean, personally, I didn't watch the MTI version or some other versions because I like to think when we produce a show, we're going to own it in that sense, and try not to copy or take from other places.
What other plays were considered and why were they rejected and this chosen over the other ones?
One of the plays we were considering was Kiss Me Kate, which we're going to do next year. But seriously.
Has that gone through a vetting process?
What's that?
Has that gone through a vetting process?
We're thinking about doing it next year. There's a process ahead to make that decision.
I will tell you this, our vetting process moving forward is going to be a lot stronger with a broader lens, after this.
Is there a vetting process in place right
Oh,
now?
yeah. So
Who's involved?
So the artistic team, the choreographer, the director, the costumer, the technical director, myself, the music director, we all read through plays. We have parents on our parent committee who read through the plays, and we read a lot. And again, choosing musical, like I said, is always the toughest thing. And then we have these deep discussions about, okay, what should we be doing this year? What's good for us? What are the challenges? What are the pitfalls? What potential issues will we face? If we have this issue, how would we deal with that and educate? Or and we really have these thorough conversations about it, and sometimes very hard conversations. And so getting to a final decision is always hard. And even when we come up with a final decision, like, okay, once we choose it, we have to move forward. But it's like, all right, we make the decision, we go. So a lot of different people at different levels talk about it. And then we meet with Todd.
So the administrative side
Yeah.
is Todd Young, the chair of the Fine and Performing Arts. And so every final decision administratively is with him.
Yep. And so Adam and I spent a lot of time talking about the different things. And there's, as Adam was saying, one of the real challenges is so many things to keep in mind when you're choosing. Simply the big picture things where one year you may do a show that is a little geared towards more adults. So the year after that you want to make sure that you have something that is super family friendly, where a 5-year-old would come and be super comfortable. Maybe you do a big blockbuster that everyone knows, a Guys and Dolls or something like that, which will tap into some things. And maybe the year after we do something that's not such a household name, like Curtains or something, I remember, which doesn't have that knowledge. And all those factors go into place in looking at the students we have here and how we can best utilize the team and the resources we have is, and also, I mean, thinking of the tech side and all the wonderful costuming side and whatnot, the main musical is one of 12 shows that happens during a year, and we need to be sensitive to what are going to be the set resources for the big musical. Is it going to be huge, and do we have a show right after that's also got a huge set, and how can we utilize the space? There's so many factors. I mean, and there's so many factors these guys deal with that I never even hear about. But it's a lot, and you'd be surprised. You start with this giant group of things, and once you whittle it down, sometimes there aren't hundreds of choices left over, and you kind of come to a point where this seems to make sense. And with Brad's skill in this piece already, we came to the decision to go forward with a number of things in place.
So